Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for being here with us today. So glad to see everyone in person again and see everyone's faces. Let's come into a comfortable place on your mats. Let the body start to notice the existence of this widely available surface that is really expansive and solid beneath you. And just begin by, like we usually do, by relaxing the body, finding a state of relaxation. You can begin with the head and the face. And just going to soften the jaw muscles and soften the eyelids. And feel into the jaw muscles, let them relax. The brow center. And notice that simply by doing that, by beginning with that, there's a kind of this effect on the entire body, that the entire body starts to relax and soften. And just continue downwards, dropping everything back down to the ground, with the feeling into your neck, softening the throat and the shoulders, and letting both arms kind of sense into their atmosphere surrounding. And let the armpits relax so that you're really aware of the connection between the torso and the arms, how they're put together. And feeling into your torso, feeling into your chest and upper back, the entire chest cavity and the diaphragm. And dropping the diaphragm down, letting it drop. Same with the belly drops and drops, descends. And feeling into your legs and letting the legs feel their own weight and length and volume. What I'm interested most in this practice for all students is the embodying the spirit in this human form, and to actually start to feel yourself energetically yet embodied in this dense physical experience in this life. And to start to develop this awareness of the three centers within us. The body center and the heart, the emotional center, but as well the intellectual center, but have a balance between the three so that the intellectual center isn't dominating. Another breath in. And breath out. Feeling yourself fully centered and embodied, start to now move the body in a very subtle, small way to begin with. And let the movements begin to expand. Maybe your arms start to stretch overhead, feeling into your side bodies, and letting that big awareness of the arms stretching up kind of elongate you upwards energetically. Make fists with hands, circle wrists, open and close the palms. So very slowly roll over onto your side to come up to a seated position. Finger palms to heart space. Whatever you came with today, whatever it is that you're working with in your life situation, you are welcome. And anything that you brought with you is welcome. We'll open the practice together with the sound of Om first, a cleansing breath. Inhale. Nice. As you slowly open your eyes, invite your way into a table pose. Let the body start to experience some motion in table, arching and curling the spine. It's a beautiful way to begin. And then moving from there into whatever comes to you. So what is invited here is a connection with your spine and the flexion and extension of the spine, as well as the connection with the side body and the connection with any kind of rotational motion within your spine. In yoga, we call them the 6 movements of the spine. And I'll be walking you through these movements throughout class, but each time that we begin a class, we have the opportunity to actually give the body the option to move in whatever way that it desires. This eventually creates a little bit of a chiropractic adjustment within anything that's tight or tense. I'm sure that if there were any chiropractors in here, they'd not like what I just said, but you don't need them. You can do it yourself. That's not true. I've had lots of success with chiropractors. So just let your bodies eventually take you into a child pose, and let the child pose settle you back with this experience of landing back with your connection to the ground, landing back with your connection to yourself. And here, feel into your heart. The heart space is the emotional center. And as we connect with the emotional center and start to really embrace and be present with our emotions, they start to alchemize into higher qualities of the heart, one of which is compassion, one of which is gratitude. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. And then slowly make your way into table again. And let that arching and curling happen again, or back and forth, or circular motion again, until you feel ready to come in a downward dog. And you might come into your downward facing dog at first, and then decide to come back to table or come back to child pose. We're feeling into the legs, we're feeling into the sensation of the ground under your hands, under your feet. We're feeling into any motion that the body is desiring. Maybe some shifting back and forth, alternating between a plank and a down dog. Notice how the beginning of practice is not static, but if a static posture happens to feel really, really good in one moment to another, then hold it and drink it in. And eventually we'll all meet in a forward fold, walking your feet to the front of the mat or walking your hands to the back of the mat. Whatever makes it more accessible for your body. Let the forward fold be gentle, so that if it feels better to rest elbows on thighs, don't hesitate. Take a breath in and a breath out. Feel the weight of your head, and let the experience of that weight release tension from the neck. And then bring your attention back to your feet, and the feet are super important in the practice. They connect us to the ground. Maybe lift and separate your toes a little so that you can ground down into all corners of the feet, releasing the toes like a suction cup into the ground. A slow rolling up takes you to stand. And arriving, reach those arms overhead, breath in. On the breath out, bow, hinge from the hips into a forward fold. In for a halfway lift. Out as you plant your palms and make your way to your plank pose. Reactivate that core center. Feel into your fire in the belly, in the quads. And the first time around, release the knees to come down to Chaturanga Dandasana halfway through, holding there, and lowering all the way down to the ground to come into Baby Cobra. Elongate your legs all the way back, and let the legs guide that elongation back as you lift your chest. So as you lift your chest, there's this opportunity of potentially taking those hands off the ground, so that you're just using the upper back muscle. Release and press yourself back up, maybe into a reverse push-up to downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Shaking the head no and yes. And once again, find that forward fold, either walking hands back to feet or walking feet forward to hands. Take a breath in together, and on the out breath, slowly roll up. And we'll flow again. Arms overhead, feet connected to the ground. Breath in, on the breath out, bow, forward fold. A halfway lift, inhale, exhale, plant palms, step back, plank pose. Hold active, strong plank in breath. Out breath, if you like lowering the knees, do it again. Lower down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Taking it in and out. One more in-breath as the right leg rises to the sky. Feel that nice long elongation of the leg. Taking the knee towards the chest as you curl it, shoulders come over your wrists. Again, 2 more times. Elongate back with the in-breath. Out breath, knee to the chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, step forward into Warrior One. As you dial your back heel down, take care your feet are still hip distance apart. Reaching those arms overhead, relax your shoulders a lot. Beautiful. Feel the activity of the feet in this strong warrior pose, and shift your weight slightly into the front leg without taking your knee past your ankle. Now open it up to your Warrior Two. You will need to readjust the placement of the feet so that maybe that back foot moves back a little and the outside edge of the foot is active into the ground some more. Take your hands as you make fists with your hands, circle them through. And then reopen up the palms towards the sky now. As you reverse your warrior, keep your weight in the front leg. Breathe it in. On the breath out, return to a Warrior Two. Then cartwheel your hands through to come into a runner lunge. Take your hands alongside your front foot and twist to your right. Potentially a block under the hand. Relaxing into your shoulders as much as you can. And release tension from the shoulders while at the same time activating the mid-body. Twisting in the ribcage area. Come back through to a runner lunge with the in-breath, and the out-breath presses you back into a downward facing dog. Inhale here, and with the exhale, shift to plank and lower down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling upward dog or cobra and exhaling back to your downward dog. Take it in and out. Roll those shoulders down the back a little more. And the left leg rises up. Inhale. On the exhale, the knee comes towards the chest, curl it. Do it 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhaling into Warrior One. I'm loving the way that everyone is slowly placing the attention on the feet before rising up into the posture, building the posture from the ground up. Relax your shoulders. Now slowly open it up to your Warrior Two. And this time, start to shrug the shoulders up and down, just to release some tension out of the shoulders. Once you regain that activity of elongated arms, relaxed shoulders, reverse it, keeping that weight in the front leg, not losing the front knee bend. Take a breath in again. On the breath out, back to warrior two. And as you cartwheel the hands down, replace those hands, framing the front foot, feet hip distance apart into your twist. Nice. And see if you can spread those fingers wide open, radiating energy upwards. And try not to put all your weight in that right wrist. Come back to a runner lunge and into your downward facing dog. Breathe it in, and on the breath out, shift forward for plank. Either holding plank or taking your vinyasa through. So here we're going to start adding some variations into those chaturanga vinyasas. Sometimes it feels better to hold plank than to take the vinyasa so many times throughout class. I want to give that option to you. Breathe it in together, bend the knees a lot, press the hips back, and walk or float into a forward fold. Arriving there, let's rise up to stand with a straight spine now. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, bow, forward fold. In into a halfway lift. Out as you plant palms. Either skip the vinyasa altogether, or hold plank, or take it through to downward dog. Deep breath in and breath out. Two more breaths. From downward facing dog, breathe it in as you reach your right leg up to the sky. You can bend the knee now to dial the hip open, potentially staying really, really active in both hands as you open up the hip a little bit more without collapsing into the left shoulder. Square the hips, lengthen the leg, breathe it in, and on the breath out, bring your knee towards your chest and step forward in a runner lunge. Find your runner lunge and feel the chest as it lifts off of the leg, taking your arms back and hovering over your front thigh. Now, as much as possible, see if the shoulders can relax, the arms can relax, and see if you can really feel the strength in the legs without over-efforting in your neck and shoulders and your jaw muscles. Inhale as you rise up to crescent lunge. Bend the back knee, tuck the pelvis under a little. Exhale as you dip down. Inhale as you rise up again, and we're going to hover one more time and bow. Let's do it again. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dip. Inhale, rise. And exhale, hover. Two more times. In, out, in, and out. Last time, breath in and out, in and hover. Now in your hover, take your left arm up and over your thigh and twist to the side, maybe even reaching your right arm up. Take an in-breath together, and with the out-breath, come back to the center, reach those arms overhead, and dial the back heel down for your warrior two. Take your time to find your triangle pose here, reaching your weight over towards the right side, and then releasing your right arm and expanding your left arm. If there is a bend in the front knee, that's fine. See if you can keep at least a micro bend in that front knee as you extend that right leg. What is it like to feel into your body and your heart and your mind so that you're really present for your experience in all three centers? One more breath in. And on the breath out, come into your warrior two. Take your time here to slowly switch your warrior two to the left leg so that you're changing legs, readjusting the placement of your left foot, and then resinking down onto this side. Beautiful. Take it in. And on the out, come into a side angle lunge. See if that left knee can stay really active while the back foot re-engages into the ground even more and more firmly. Feeling each part of your body as it is expanding and also relaxing, taking it in. On the way out, release the hand and frame your left foot now with your hands, coming into a runner lunge. Allowing your body to slowly step back into a plank. Breathing in. On the breath out, either holding or Chaturanga Vinyasa back to your downward facing dog. All of us will eventually meet in your downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Bend the knees, press the hips back, look forward with the in-breath. Out breath, walk or float, forward fold. Inhale as you rise all the way up to stand, breathe it in. On the breath out, bow, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Taking your way back into a halfway lift and down dog, either holding plank for a while or taking your Chaturanga Vinyasa through. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Two more breaths. As you find your way into downward dog, if you're not there already, take a breath in and reach the left leg up towards the sky. Dial the hip open, keeping weight firm in both hands, both shoulders. Square the hips with the in-breath. And the out-breath, bring the knee to the chest, curl it, and step it into runner lunge. Take care your feet are hip distance apart, not in one line. Nice. And then start to hover in that runner lunge. Reaching those arms back and allowing for that extension through the crown of the head forward. Right heel back. Rise up to crescent. Bend back knee, tuck pelvis under, breath in. Out, breath dip down. Inhale, rise. And exhale, hover. Again, breath in. And breath out. Breath in. And hover. In and out, in and hover. Last time, breath in and dip. Breath in and hover. Rise slightly and then take your right arm up and over your thigh. Here the wrist is plenty to be there, activating leg against hand and hand against leg as you twist further to the side. For 3, 2, and 1. Return to the center. Inhale. With the exhale, come into your warrior 2. And let yourself find your triangle pose on this side, hinging towards the back of the room and landing the hand on the shin, expanding upper arm, fingers wide open, shoulders relaxed. Now find a place in the middle between effort and ease, so that you're not collapsing in your joints, but you're also not tensing up so much that you can't really embody the pose. Beautiful. Deep breath in. On the breath out, come back to your warrior 2. And slowly switch sides so that you're coming into warrior 2 on the other leg. Notice what happens to your feet, how they've adjusted naturally for this pose. With this practice, we start to really embody the movements that they come naturally eventually. And find a side angle lunge here. Reaching towards the mirrors, releasing the elbow. Maintaining a bend in that front leg, but without losing the activity in the back foot. Again, the middle, find the middle. One more in-breath. And with the out-breath, frame your front foot with both hands into a runner lunge. Good. And step back into a plank, holding with the in-breath. And on the out-breath, everybody lower down onto your forearms. Holding your plank on your forearms to build core strength without irritating the wrists. Feel into your lower back and notice if you're collapsing. And pull the navel in and up a little bit more. Squeeze your thighs. Stay strong. Feel the little shake. For 3, 2, 1, lower your hips down and take your way into Cobra. This time, Cobra pose, I want you to take it with the arms sideways. Stay active in your feet, pressing down to the ground, nice and long spine. And then reach your legs up for locust pose. So we're transitioning, the transition from Cobra to locust is that we're just simply lifting the legs and elongating them more. For 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Plant palms alongside chest. Curl toes under. Reverse push-up to your downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. One more sequence together. Bend the knees a lot. Press the hips back. Look forward. Breath in. Out breath. Walk or float. Forward fold. Take your time to rise all the way up with the next in breath. Out breath, palms to heart space. Take a moment to just realign, gather yourselves, collect yourself. Notice the dispersed energy potentially in your atmosphere and kind of suck it into your body. Come back home, recollect your energy back in. Beautiful. Breath in as the arms reach overhead. Open your eyes. On the out breath, bow, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Into a halfway lift. Out as you plant palms, step back, skipping plank or taking the entire vinyasa through. Take it in and out. Right leg rises to the sky with the in-breath. As the knee bends, maybe you flip your dog this time around. And if you flipped your dog, press your hips up and try not to collapse into your left shoulder. Come back through to a three-legged dog if you're not there. Inhale. The exhale, bring your knee towards the chest. Step it forward in a warrior one again. As the arms reach overhead, inhale. With the exhale, we'll come into a humble warrior, either planting hands on sacrum and hovering like we did before, or interlacing hands and bowing forward to your level of comfort. Slowly rise back up to stand, breath in. On the breath out, plant the arms in front of you comfortably, and then slowly reach that left arm towards the back, look towards it, and then come back through. Inhale, and exhale, maybe bow and arrow. I like the sound effect. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now come back through and bring your palms back to the heart space. We're going to launch into balance, taking your weight into the front leg. Feel your entire leg density connected to the ground, and slowly come into your airplane pose. So you're hovering. If balance is an issue, the back toes stay on the ground. And at some point, we're going to dial that left hip down a bit more and have those toes face down towards the ground. And if you feel comfortable here, we might expand the arms sideways. For 3, 2, and 1. Stay balanced and lift the left knee up towards the chest. Now, we're going to take some small dips, sinking down slightly and lifting up. We're going to do 5 of those. Stay focused with a drishti, point of focus on the ground. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Take your time to release the left foot onto the ground. Find a block or a water bottle and take your way by shifting your weight into your left foot into an Ardha Chandrasana half moon. Relaxed shoulders, relaxed chest. For 5, 4. Gaze is on the ground. 3, 2, 1. Land the foot to the back of the mat in a warrior 2. Really feel into the activity of the feet, relaxation in the shoulders. And reverse the warrior with the in-breath. On the out-breath, we come back to center into goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. As you sink into the pose, there is a process here of elongating the tailbone down to the ground as you start to feel the sovereignty of the spine, the integrity of the long spine from tailbone to crown. Beautiful. Deep in breath and out breath. One more time, in and out. Now adjust the placement of your feet so that you're ready for a wide-legged stance. Coming into a forward fold, activate both feet into the ground. Keep your legs solid as you bow forward, maintaining awareness of that lower back and not collapsing into it on the way down. Let the experience of this forward fold be one of ease for your body. Feel the relief as the torso lets go and as the head drops down towards the ground. Come back to your center of the heart. Feel it. And come to your center in the belly and feel that. Notice how the sensation in the belly can actually spread downwards into the legs. Through your roots into the ground. Deep in breath and out breath. Make your way slowly towards your left foot. Walk your hands over. Frame your front foot with your hands and breathe it in. With the breath out, we're going to launch into a standing split. So you're going to shift your weight into the front leg and reach your right leg up, keeping your hands down on the ground, maybe on a block. Now, I want you to become really aware of that left foot being anchored. Start to bend your right knee and bend your left knee, coming back into a bit of a seated one-legged chair. As the palms come to heart space, you're going to lift the chest and rise all the way up, balancing on that left foot and staying in the air. Right knee comes back to the chest. We cross the right ankle on top and press down into that right knee. Stay with your gaze on the ground a few feet from you, either here or hinging to go deeper into a bit of a stretch. Relaxed shoulders for 3, 2, 1. Rise up and land. We did it. How we did it, I don't know. We'll have to see on the next side. Woo! Okay. Let's regain and recollect ourselves. And what I mean by that, it's like such a cool word once I've experienced it. It's like you can feel your energy scattered and then you can recollect. If you close your eyes, you can recollect yourself. Just come back, draw the energy back into that center of the body. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your three centers of knowing. And we'll flow back to downward dog. Inhale, 2 arms reach overhead. Exhale, bow, hinge from the hips, forward fold. However you get there to down dog is your own choice. If you want to take vinyasas, you want to take plank, you want to take some push-ups, you want to skip the whole thing altogether. We'll wait for you. Take it in and out. Relax your shoulders down the back. Beautiful. Left leg slowly rises up to the sky. As you bend the knee this time, maybe a flip dog on the other side. And as you return back to a 3-legged dog, breathe it in. And on the out, knee to chest, stepping into warrior 1. Draw your weight a little bit more forward into that leg. Draw your arms forward. And see if you can hold your arms up without tensing up your shoulders. It's kind of a little trick. There's a little trick to it. You start to work with the atmosphere around you, with this space, and as if like this spaciousness supports your hands and your arms. And then start to take that movement of opening towards the back, looking back, incorporating your neck, and then back to center. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. In and out. And as you return to the center, bring the palms to heart space. We're going to start to get ready for the balance sequence. Did I forget something? Oh, thank you. I knew that was going to happen. Tom is on to it. Love it. So take your hands either behind your sacrum or interlace. First, find a heart opener. Then bow forward to your degree. And slowly rise up. And now we prepare for that balance sequence. Take your breath in and out. Regain awareness of the front foot, your roots on the ground. Regain awareness of your heartbeat. Notice if it's overly active. And let it settle before you shift into balance. Keeping your gaze on the ground as you lift that right foot for your airplane. Every single pose is an opportunity to re-engage within your body center and your heart center, as well as your intellectual center. Feel into your belly. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee up towards the chest. And let's take those dips. So first, sit back so that your ankle is under your knee. Then dip. For 5. There's no rush. For 4. For 3. Stay gathered in your center. For 2. And 1. Good job. Now release your right foot and start to prepare for your Ardha Chandrasana half moon. Again, gain your suction cupping of the foot on the ground. Come back to your belly, to your heart. Stay with your gaze. And then start with a collected body. Start to come into balance. For 3, 2, 1. Land in your warrior 2. Expand those arms apart. Breathe in and breathe out. Then come into your goddess pose. Readjust the placement of the feet so that you're in a comfortable goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. Up and down motions to begin with to find your perfect spot. Good. And now in your goddess pose, start to bring those fingertips down towards the ground and interlace them underneath your belly. Feel into the belly center like you're holding the energy right there around your belly. Or hold your belly. And as you press into the feet a little more and expand yourself up, start to reach up towards the heart. Feel into your heart space here. And as you sink back down, draw the heart energy outwards into the world. Now, again, as we expand the legs, reach the arms upwards towards the heavens. Feel into your entire side body as you look up. And as we release back down, feel this space underneath your palms, the subtle bodies around you. And let's do it again. Feeling into the 3 centers. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So combining all those 3 centers, starting with the belly to heart, expanding the heart, inhaling upwards into the conceptual center, and bringing it back down to earth. Again, in and out. In and out. 2 more times. Beautiful job. Stay here in your goddess. Deep breath in and breath out. Transition into a wide-legged stance for a wide-legged forward fold. Active feet. Strong, grounded bodies before the fold. So if we don't have strong roots in the ground, we're going to get blown away, literally, by life. We're going to get scattered all over the place. So start to bring it into your practice on the mat to ground yourself, find your feet, find your roots before transitioning to go anywhere. Gather yourself before going anywhere. And then that will get taken with you throughout your days. I guarantee it. Let's take a couple of twisting motions here. Maybe a block under your face, if you prefer to use a block, planting your right hand on it, bring your left hand to your hip, and twist to your left. Maybe that other arm expands upwards, maybe not. We do it again. Release. Set it up. Twist. And then go deeper. Release. Rest a little. And then walk your hands over towards your left foot. Come into a runner lunge. Sorry, I meant right foot. Come into your runner lunge. And then start to slowly shift into that front foot for your standing split. Remember, from here we're going to end up rising up, not right away, but in a little bit, we're going to end up rising up, still balancing on this foot. So find your roots here, find the three corners of that foot, find a little micro bend in the knee, and engage your right glutes as you bend your left knee. Sink down a little, feel your roots, then start to rise, actively pressing into that right leg. Keep your gaze on something solid. Come back to your heart. And then cross. Either stay here or hinge. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale and exhale. Good. It's like a little bit of a mind puzzle, these sequences. You guys have to stay on top of it too. Circle through the hips a little bit. Drink some water. Smile. Yeah. Tap. Do whatever needs to happen. And we'll flow back slowly to your downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, plant palms, step back, downward dog. Hold with an in-breath and an out-breath. We'll take the right leg up towards the sky with the inhale. And bring the knee towards the chest for pigeon pose. Find that half pigeon. And if prone pigeon doesn't work, then find it on your back. Keep your chest open for a bit. Just kind of getting into the pose in a way that allows for the hips to find their place to begin with. Maybe a little wiggling to start with. And eventually, if you wish, but it's not necessary, but if you wish, you can start to drop your chest down. And just start to feel into the expression of this pose so you can embody it. Understand on an intellectual level what it's doing for the body. It's a hip opener. It's helping to externally rotate the right hip. It's helping to stretch your glutes muscles on the right side and the outer thigh. It's also helping to add a little bit more elasticity to the left hip flexor. And there's an opportunity here that we let these body places work on their own, letting go of the intellectual center and coming into the heart space and feeling into the pose, into the heart qualities of the pose, the emotionality of the pose. The qualities that it invokes is an introspection, inward movement, a cozy feeling of going inside. Maybe a warmth around the heart space and around the upper back, the back of the heart. The emotional quality of relief. And feeling into your belly and your moving center, that body-based moving center. Feel the density of the body in the pose. And feel the whole body as it releases its weight and its tension into gravity. more breath in. And a breath out. And slowly start to transition your way back to your downward dog. If there's any emotions that happen in between, let them. Step by step, no rushing. Feel your heart, feel your belly. Invite the intellect to participate in a healthy way. And then just settle into the silence. And find stillness within your body and around your body. And sense silence as a presence. As a palpable quality. It starts to seep into your being. On both the physical level and the subtle level. And once you find silence in your body, let it expand, taking in all the activity within its expansiveness. And slowly come on out of the pose, wrapping the back leg through to make your way slowly onto your backs. And however you get there is great. If there's any stretches in between, do that. as you let your body find the ground, take one last posture of your choice so that you can really feel settled. If Shavasana is your last posture of choice, let it be. And as you come into stillness, you might begin to gather and collect yourself again, energetically drawing in your atmosphere. Let yourself, your collected self, kind of surrender to the ground. And find something within your being that is something that you're grateful for today, that you're not grateful to, like, be a good person or to be a good spiritual person, but actually, like, really, really something that kind of reminds you of the fact that you exist and you're alive today, and that sense of I am, I exist. I get to participate in this unfolding of creation, moment by moment. Find that sense of being, that sense of aliveness in gratitude. I matter, my existence matters. Just rest in that. Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Sameta Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently start to come back to your physical body, your heart space, your beautiful mind. And start to wiggle yourself back to your senses as you roll over onto your side. Eventually rising up to your seated position for the close of our practice together. Bring your hands to your torso or joint at the heart. And gathering all of the benefits of our practice today, all of it, right there inside our torso, inside our chest, gathering it all in. And then, like a force of will, just kind of let it expand out of your heart towards the collective, towards all beings, sharing it with all beings. May all beings be happy and free from suffering. May all beings be healthy. And closing together with the sound of Om, take a cleansing breath. Inhale. I thank you for allowing me to teach you today. The embodied presence within me bows to the embodied presence within you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Have a great day, you guys. Thank you.